Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally over. WWE Payback, a pay-per-view right after Summerslam, and all of a sudden things are getting wild. New champions are being crowned. This was a good pay-per-view. Now, if anybody came into this expecting it to be better than SummerSlam, I'm afraid it's not that great. However, there were some good elements in this show, and I will give my reaction and ratings to every match in this video. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a WWE 2020 Payback pay-per-view reaction and review, where we go through all of the matches that happened on the card of WWE Payback and give my honest and true match reactions and review every single match with a rating. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below which match was the best match of the night for you guys. There are a few that were decent matches, but obviously one for me really stands out, and there were a lot of positives to take out of this pay-per-view. Of course there were, but if anybody really believed that this was going to be better than SummerSlam, I think you were giving your hopes up. And overall, there were a few hit and miss opportunities here for this pay-per-view. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to, I will give a rating of this pay-per-view at the end, but I don't think that a lot of the matches lived up to the expectation, and the matches that did live up to the expectation really blew me away. So we're gonna have to move on, and we'll go into the first match of the episode, which was Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. Now, this match was the opener, and to be honest, this was one of those matches that I thought were a hit and miss. Now, I talk about Bobby Lashley very, very highly, and I give him a lot of praise, and I think he's well and truly deserving to be a champion. But overall, so does Apollo Crews, and I thought this match could have easily been a lot better than what it was. I'm not sure if that's just me, but I didn't really think this match got off the ground. I just thought this match was a relatively higher up TV match at best, and that's not the perfect way to start off a pay-per-view. Obviously, I'm not expecting a 5-star classic over here, but I did expect a little bit more than what I got, to be honest. In the end, this match wasn't great. It wasn't bad. Like, there was no botches. The match went flow-wise, it was really, really good. I just thought that these two were capable of a lot more than what they showed, but in the end, you can't be too fussy, can you? So the winner was Bobby Lashley, who is the new United States champion, and I would give the match rating a C. I thought that's where I would put this match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Overall, I thought this match was fairly average, but of course, what's going to get everybody's attention is Apollo Crews attacking Bobby Lashley from behind. Now, obviously, losing by submission, it didn't really sit well with Apollo Crews. He said he needs to keep this championship to remain relevant, pretty much, and to save his career, and he lost it. So, potential heel elements of his character is slowly being put in there until eventually he might pull the trigger. Now, if he actually goes all the way with this or not, I'm not too sure, but there is good signs there that Apollo Crews could potentially have a very good character change, which I think is well needed at this time. So it's good to see WWE planting the seeds of what could potentially be a bright future for Apollo Crews. Obviously, Bobby Lashley deserves to be champion. I thought this for a long, long time, and I'm finally happy. At least even though it's not the WWE Championship, at least it's a championship, and I think that's where Bobby Lashley needs to be, man. He needs to be a champion. The guy didn't come back to be bottom filter, jobber level, and I'm happy that that's not where he is at the moment. I think a C is where this match really lies, and hopefully that's not too harsh, but I guess I'll leave that up to you guys to decide if that was harsh or not. Again, any opinion is welcome. If you thought this match was the best match of the night, let me know, man. Tell me how wrong I am. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. Big E versus Sheamus. These two have had a rivalry on SmackDown for a fair bit. Obviously, the Retribution interfered in one of their matches, which led to Big E winning. And I think in general, you have to take this type of match if you're going to say the first match was poor, this match was poor as well. Now, obviously, I thought this match was slightly better than the first match of the night, and I think that's why it didn't open, because I thought Big E and Sheamus would open the show when I first saw it. But in the end, that didn't happen. And but this match wasn't anything special either. Now, I don't think it was terrible. Again, the match really flowed well. Every time Big E spears someone out of the ring, you get hyped. Sheamus did a really, really good looking bicycle knee, or I guess the bicycle knee, the brogue knee, I guess you could say. That's what I was trying to think of. The brogue knee to Big E, and obviously these two really work well together. But in the end, Big E wins with the big ending. 1, 2, 3. This match, in my opinion, was a C+ to B-. I'm gonna give it a C+ just because that's what first came to my mind. In the end, these two matches kind of didn't make me look forward to the rest of the pay-per-view, and I don't know. Like, I feel like we could have got more out of the Sheamus and Big E. I feel like if a lot of these individuals had more time, and probably was allowed to do a little bit more, it probably would have ended up doing perfectly fine. But I just feel like these two could, especially Big E and Sheamus, because they fought each other numerous times with the Bar and the New Day, and they've had fantastic matches together. This was definitely not one of them to remember, at least. So I'm happy Big E won, and the pride and the actual happiness he showed after the win, and showing that it's his time. You can't ask for anything more. I'm very, very happy with how that ending went. But overall, that match was not something to remember, at least from my opinion. So I'm going to give it a C+. Moving on to the next match, we've got Matt Riddle versus Baron Corbin. Now, Matt Riddle, I think he's getting on a lot of people's nerves these days. I'm not sure what that is about, because I think he's a tremendous, fantastic, definitely athlete, but also a dirty talent. For me, it's more of his charisma out of the ring, like the way that he talks and all that. It makes it look like he's high all the time. I mean, I know he's been clean for a while, so I'm not even gonna try and say anything about that. But I'm very impressed with the way that he started. He's had really good matches. Obviously, he still gets on people's nerves. I think that's expected. But I'm happy with this. Obviously, he beat Baron Corbin. Look, it was I guess a GTS, or a bro to sleep, I think is what it's called. Then he did this crazy move up the top. I still don't know the name of that. I need to start hustling on this WWE knowledge. And he beat him. This match was very similar to the first two, but I did think this match was slightly better. I liked how it started. Again, a good start to a match is really, in my opinion, what sets the match going. And starting the match with a clothesline before the bell really, really got things going for me. So I thought this match was slightly better than the first two above it, and I guess that's why it's placed at third. And yeah, it was a good match, and Matt Riddle definitely won. Rating for this match would be a B-. And I thought this was great. I really did. And honestly, I'm surprised that Baron Corbin attacked him afterwards. But the way that Matt Riddle was talking, like, finally it's over. Finally I can move on from this Baron Corbin, this absolute machine. I can't believe I'm done with him. Like, it kind of spoiled it. I think we all knew that Baron Corbin was going to attack him after Matt Riddle spoke. So I guess the rivalry's not over. I think Baron Corbin's a perfect person to put with Matt Riddle, to be honest, because everyone hates Corbin, and I think they're trying to make Matt Riddle as likable as possible. It's a perfect matching, man. So we'll have to. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued with that one. Let's see where that goes. Next up, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bayley for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Let's talk about this one, the first surprise of the night for many people, not for me. I'll give you my reason why. So obviously, going through the match, it was a pretty good match. A lot of incidents happened. Sasha Banks, when she was getting hit into the barricade, I thought Concussion City. That's what I first initially thought, because she's had a lot of concussions before, and to be honest, I kind of thought that the way that she was getting thrown, was definitely going to be Concussion City again. Looked like she was fine. I thought Shayna Baszler was sensational in this match. Nia Jax held her apart. Again, people don't rate Nia Jax, and that's each to their own. But I definitely think she held her apart in this match, especially towards the end. Bayley and Sasha Banks are world class, like sensational, and they're arguably the best women's wrestlers at the moment. Charlotte's still injured. Becky Lynch is still not with WWE because of her pregnancy. So at the moment, these two are holding down the women's division, and they're doing it very, very well. Like, honestly, the fact that they have two of their most popular, or at least in many people's eyes, the best wrestlers for that women's division, and Charlotte and Becky Lynch out. And these two are carrying the load and doing it to a point where you don't even notice. Like, I didn't notice Charlotte was out for a long time until I spoke about it now. And I knew Becky Lynch was out because I've obviously seen, obviously when Becky Lynch is out, you know about it. But yeah, like, these two have done a tremendous job. In a losing effort, of course, the winners were Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler had like a sharpshooter type thing with the legs, and then she also got the Kikita clutch onto Sasha Banks and Bayley, and ended up using Sasha Banks' arm to choke out Bayley. So there you go, the new tag team champions, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I'm going to give this match a B. I thought this match was good. I really enjoyed this match, to be honest. I thought this match was great. And again, when you had Shayna Baszler, who is so underrated, and she is one of the great. She is going to be one of the greats. I don't think she's at that level yet, but she definitely has that potential. And now she's a champion. It's only going to help improve her cause. So obviously, you have Nia Jax, who's a very known force in the WWE, very well known. We know what to expect with Nia Jax, a very dominant figure. Will throw people around, will jump, and use what was given to her. So very, very good from Nia Jax as well, and obviously the world-class individuals of Bayley and Sasha Banks. This match really couldn't fail, and it didn't fail. So fair play, and they're still planting the seeds. Obviously, there's going to be talks. Eventually, if Bayley turns on Sasha or Sasha turns on Bayley, they're going to go back to this moment as one of the reasons why. So again, every small detail counts, man, and that's a very small detail that will probably get referred back to when the bigger stages or the bigger matches for the two come. Very, very interesting with that one. Next up, we've got Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. This match was bizarre to me, just because I didn't expect Keith Lee to be on Raw when he did, and I didn't expect him to just challenge Randy Orton, and also the ending of the match I did not expect either. So this match was a good wrestling match. It was a bit short for my liking. I don't think it was better than the tag team titles match for sure, but of course, with the two athletes, obviously everybody's very intrigued with Randy Orton. Keith Lee's first match, obviously the winner, which was so surprising to me, was Keith Lee, and he won very cleanly as well. Randy Orton going for an RKO, ended up getting blocked, put into the power bomb. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee is the winner. Overall, if I had to give this match a rating, I would give it a C+. Yeah, like it wasn't the greatest match out there, was it? So I can't go out there and say that this was a masterclass when it just wasn't. And to be honest, this match was very underwhelming, but I kind of expected this as just a random one-on-one match at a pay-per-view. I didn't expect to happen. Usually WWE won't use Keith Lee's best abilities until a very big pay-per-view. So I'm expecting no front flips, no back flips, no the massive stare downs that he gets. I mean, Keith Lee can tell a story with his face, with his eyes. So he's one of those special talents that can just, what he's thinking, the story just by looking at him. And he's one of those special talents. And the same with Randy Orton. Again, it's one of those matches where I think that if they got more time, and actually if the circumstances were a bit bigger and they had the ability and a little bit more freedom, they probably would have had a much better match. But in the end, the two athletes in this match are sensational. So even if it was at a C+ level, I was still intrigued with the match, and I'm very happy to see Keith Lee winning his first pay-per-view match. Very, very happy, and hopefully there's more to come, man. Keith Lee is going to be the future of the WWE, no doubts in my mind. But the guy and I can't believe I remember this, but the guy needs to change his theme song back. Oh my goodness, his theme song now is so boring. It's the typical rap, like just, oh man, like there's no creativity in the songs anymore. It feels like every time there is, they change it. He said, I think he said on Twitter that he's going to try and get that fixed. So hopefully he can have his old theme song back. I really, really rated that theme song. It was so catchy. It reminded me of Bobby Roode's theme song in a way. Like, it's just so catchy. People will remember it. People love that. So WWE, man, get that fixed. I know all the fans are complaining. I'm going to be one of those fans. Get that fixed, please. Next up, we've got the Rey Mysterio family of Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio versus the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and the disciple, Buddy Murphy, the fellow Australian. How's it going? All right. This match, in my opinion, was, at least until this point, was far and away the best match. Dominic looked impressive again. I mean, people cannot really say anything about him anymore because he's impressed twice now in very good fashion. And Rey Mysterio, of course, is just so smooth in the ring. Seth Rollins played his part perfectly, even to the point where even when he's talking, it just sounds and it feels really good to watch him perform, because he doesn't even need to be wrestling to make it entertaining, man. The way that he speaks, it's great. He's doing such a good job. I'll never give him. I'll always give him the credit, but I feel like even the credit I give him won't be enough. He's done such a tremendous job over the past few months with his Messiah role, and watching his SummerSlam 2015 match and all the backstage things, and he's talking about the Messiah then. Very interesting how that whole turn of events came from 2015. Insane. Yeah, man, it's funny how things go full circle. But nevertheless, this match was really, really good. Obviously, the match ended with Seth Rollins asking Buddy Murphy to kick, I believe it was Rey Mysterio, in the face. And unfortunately, Seth Rollins was the one that got kicked in the face by Buddy Murphy, by accident, of course. And that kind of led to him falling out of the ring, Buddy Murphy coming in. And Dominic had his way with him. 619, frog splash, tribute to Eddie Guerrero. 1, 2, 3, Dominic gets his first pay-per-view victory as well. I think this is his first victory. So the Mysterios win, and there's some tension between Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. This is what this pay-per-view was about, in my opinion. Starting to create gaps and starting to create tensions within people to start developing new storylines. This was this whole pay-per-view. That was what everything was about. So congratulations to Dominic and Rey for winning this match in great fashion. If I had to give this match a rating, I'd give it a B+. Was, until this point, the best match of the night. We still have one more match to talk about, don't we? I mean, the separation of Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, can they make that viable for Buddy Murphy to verse Seth Rollins at a big pay-per-view? I'm not too sure about that. So I don't know where that's going to go. It's going to be very interesting. Of course, I want my boy Buddy Murphy to succeed. Any Australian I want to succeed, man. I feel like we've made a big presence in WWE, the Australians, and we'll continue to do so. So keep on going, Buddy Murphy. I'll have your back no matter what. Going into the last match of the pay-per-view, Braun Strowman versus The Fiend versus Roman Reigns, and I think everybody could have saw what happening, and it still did not take away from it. So the whole night we had Paul Heyman and talking about that contract. He will sign the contract. He will be at Payback. He will wreck everyone and leave. He's going to win the Universal Championship. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. We've had this all night. We had this on SmackDown as well. So the fact that he kept on saying that, I kind of knew exactly what was going to happen. But I didn't know it would be this great, man. I didn't know all of those unexpected things to happen. Like obviously the spear through the table, first off with Braun Strowman, incredible. They had a great fight at the outside of the ring. There was power slams and there was Sister Abigail's. Both of them kicked out. And obviously the big finale, they broke the bloody ring. They did the ring gimmick again, and it still was good, man. It was good. The first time I saw it with Brock and Big Show, the second time I saw it with Mark Henry and Big Show. I'm sure there's been more times that it's happened, but obviously Braun Strowman and The Fiend breaking the ring, and mini Ric Flair just diving outside the ring. It was a beautiful sight to see. I really was stunned when that happened. And then, of course, the big dog comes. He signs the contract while he's on the way to the ring. He beats everyone with a chair. He almost lost with the mandible claw. But again, the big dog comes in, spears Braun Strowman. 1, 2, 3. The winner and the new Universal Champion. Everybody expected this to happen. Roman Reigns. And the heel Roman Reigns has finally taken the hearts of WWE fans. That's the way that I'm going to end this off, man. WWE fans are absolutely buzzing about Roman Reigns. This was the match of the night. You need to go watch this match. The Fiend, finally, first of all, I said at SummerSlam, Braun Strowman really looked weak. Finally, WWE just gave him the ability to fight, man. Like, he's not that far away from the Fiend, man. They're made from the same cloth. They're in the same family, kind of. So we needed it to be a lot closer than what it was at SummerSlam, and I really felt like that's where it was heading, man. It was a lot closer. Obviously, the Fiend looked really dominant as usual, but at least Braun Strowman looked at least on the same wavelength. At least it looked like, oh, Braun Strowman looks pretty good too, you know? That's what you want out of your matches. You want everyone to look good. So I'm very happy with that. And obviously, Roman Reigns, the biggest heel of them all, man. He's the big dog, man. The big dog. You know, sometimes dogs wait for the right opportunity, bro. He's the ultimate opportunist, the rated R big dog. He's just he's sensational, isn't he? As a heel, all fans are gonna love this. And I knew this would happen. I don't think anyone would have not predicted this, to be honest. But sometimes being predictable does not always mean that it's going to be bad. This made the pay-per-view for me. This match made the pay-per-view. I was extremely happy with how this went. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Obviously, Paul Heyman's very interesting by the side of Roman Reigns. Heel Roman Reigns is going to be very intriguing. I don't know where they're going to go with that, but that looks like to be the next thing where Roman Reigns is going to be carrying the WWE for a long period of time because of how well he does. And I think he's going to do extremely well. You can just tell he suits a heel a lot more. The way he walks, the way he had the title at the back. Yeah, as a face, it was okay. But as a heel, man, it just feels so much better. He just walks, he looks like a badass. He just walks away like, yeah, that's that. Look what I did. Look what I did. And he didn't do anything, but look what he did. You know, and yeah, I'm happy he's the Universal Champion. Again, I'm kind of upset in a way because the Fiend again just loses the title straight away. That's a little bit tough to swallow, but overall, the Fiend didn't get pinned. This was made for Roman Reigns to win, and we'll see where that goes in the future. I'm sure these three will have another fight again. Maybe Survivor Series would be a time to pull that one out of the bag again. But we'll see, man. Only time's going to tell. Maybe Braun and Bray or Braun and the Fiend will just do their own thing and Roman will just face somebody else like who knows, a returning Daniel Bryan maybe. You never know. Anyway, if I had to grade that match, I would give it a A-. Yeah, I'll give it, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it an A. Just an A, not A-. I thought this match was really great for the two competitors that were in it. I'm not expecting a tactical masterclass, but at least I'm expecting hard-hitting action and both competitors really bringing it. And mostly this was basically the Fiend versus Braun Strowman. So I'm very, very happy with how this match really went. And one thing I even forgot to mention, man, was Alexa Bliss. I didn't, like, this is going to be recorded after the fact, but I'm going to add it in somewhere. But I did not even think about Alexa Bliss in this match. Like, she was a big part of this as well. She's, you know, curly hair, crush on the Fiend. That's interesting as well. I don't know where that's going to go. Is The Fiend and is Alexa Bliss going to be one of those, not Sister Abigail, but someone that just completely like wears makeup, like gold dust type thing, where she's just got all scary, like a Harley Quinn type of individual? That's going to be interesting as well. Yeah, I really didn't know what to expect. They've led up to this, to be fair, on SmackDown. As soon as Nikki Cross brought up The Fiend, she just went all crazy and psycho. But, hey, storytelling at its finest, man. Small seeds developing into big plots. Let's see where that goes as well. Overall, if I had to give the pay-per-view a rating, I'd give it a B-. It wasn't at its best, and it definitely wasn't at its worst. It is a B pay-per-view, I think, and it was definitely, this pay-per-view was to build up for future rivalries to come, and that's what this whole pay-per-view was all about, and I think it did its job and what it was supposed to do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you guys in the next pay-per-view reaction. I don't even know what it is at this time, so let me know about that as well. But when it comes out, you will see me again. Have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.